Welcome back to the series where I go in depth with each of the legendaries in the game and I tell you what you need to know about them. In this video, we're going to be going over the Lyuda, but before we get into it, the way you farm for the Lyuda is the same way you farm for the Maggie. You're going to head over to Promethea, you want to go over to the Meridian Metroplex, and then you're going to want to come over to the Cistern of Slaughter right here, and you're going to farm Tremendous Wreck. And like I said in the last video, is get to round 4, get to where he's going to spawn at, kill him, and then kill yourself. And you can keep farming round 4 over and over again, and that's how you're going to farm for this gun. Now for the Lyuda, the red text reads Man Killer, and that is what this thing does. It's been through so many changes throughout the game, as it's been snipers in general have been buffed a little bit, and then they specifically nerfed the Lyuda, but the Lyuda it's definitely been, and it still is one of the best boss killing weapons in the game. The Lyuda, I'm pretty sure, can roll with every element in the game, which makes it really good for specific bosses that have giant crit spots because you can have an element specifically for them. The Lyuda also comes in a variant that shoots 2 shots at once, which is very, very good for high damage, but it does consume 2 ammo per shot, and it eats through your ammo a lot. But if you can have a build around that, then you definitely going to use the ×2 one. So the legendary effect for Lyuda is that it shoots out 3 bullets at once, basically, even though it says it only shoots 1 or 2 if you have that one. If you have the 2, it'll shoot out 6. So if you can see the spread, so as you see right here in photo mode, that there is 2 shots right there. So shoot out 2 times with my sniper, and it splits into 3 bullets. Now each of those bullets doing the same amount of damage. As you can see right here on the dummy, it just does a lot of crit damage really, really quick. This is what has been used for a long time now to just straight up melt things like Grave Ward, and it's still really, really good at it. It's not as good as it once was, but don't sleep on it. It's still pretty good. But with that being said, the Lyuda is good at taking out enemies at a longer range, and it's good at boss killing. You don't really want to use the Lyuda for mobbing, as it just doesn't do that much. You can make a build around it to where it can, like maybe specifically on Moes, you can have our ammo keep coming back, and you can keep shooting enemies and slaying them with it. But as for most characters in the game, it's really gonna be used for boss killing. It pairs really well with Flak, as he has a lot of crit bonuses, and it's pretty good on Amara as well, because of her infusion, and you can make it do any elemental damage you want if you can't get that specific one to drop. The Lyuda is currently not getting a lot of use, especially in things like the takedown, and that's specifically just because the bosses don't really have huge crit spots. Wotan at the end, when he, splits into 2, it has like a little crit spot, but it's not as effective. It's just using a cutsman and just melting the boss's health. It's just nowhere as effective, and that's why you don't see this gun in a lot of builds now at this point, because kind of the meta in the game now has shifted a little bit. Even though the gun still has the same power that it had before, it's just that the main activity in the game doesn't really warrant using it at this point. But yeah, you can get this gun and the Maggie because it's the same drop early game. So if you're struggling through the early game, go farm this over and over again till you get it, and you will be able to fly through the game because it will straight up just melt all the bosses that you find. But if you don't want to do that and you want to enjoy the game, then obviously you can do that. Anyway, that's going to do it all for this video. Definitely get a Lyuda because it is still really, really good. It's just like I said, the current game mode everybody's playing doesn't really warrant using it, but once stuff changed, this will definitely still be used, and it's still in everybody's inventory just in case something comes up or you need it. It is a sniper of choice in the game as it is right now, and you should definitely get one. But anyway, that's going to do it all for me. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.